Well, howdy, 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 nearly senior citizen here. Greetings, boys, girls, and all of our non-binary friends, and welcome to this, a brand new day. Thumbs up for that. It is not very chill outside. I went outside to unplug some stuff. Thumbs up for that I accidentally forgot to unplug last night. Yay! But it's a day. It's kind of gray, it's overcast, it's supposedly winter, so thumbs up on that. But still, I slept surprisingly well, but I am still exhausted. Cognition problems and all. Yay. Salivating like mad around the pebbles in my mouth, my dentures. And front-loading your videos. Hey, if you could toss me a like, that'd be very cool. If you could subscribe to the channel, that'd be awesome. If you could leave me a comment, that would be double plus good. And I would like to thank each and every one of my Patreon patrons in the literal, actual sense of the word literal, meaning literal, not the opposite of literal. These are literal, beautiful, and awesome people who help to keep me and my aging pet metabolizing. It is greatly appreciated. Definitely a thumbs up. If you would like to help to keep me and my aging pet metabolizing, I have links to my Patreon in the video description, along with a PayPal for possible donations, an Amazon wish link with things like pet food, a post office box where you can send me anything at all. I only ask for postcards and keychains, and I'll open them up on video, and it'll be cool. So thumbs up for that. Front loading a video is over. Yay! I am having so many cognition problems of late. It makes me really wonder if there's actually something going on in my body. I mean, I've had my med manager ask me how my motivation has been doing. For years, it's been fine. I've been medicated now, on and off with different meds. My motivation is vanishing a little bit more each and every day, and that bothers me. I'm finding it a little bit more difficult to think about things, and that bothers me. Now, is it actual change, or am I just noticing that this is the way I always think? I don't know. But I am older, and there could be something horrific happening inside of my body. I still have a pain inside of my back here that could be... I have scoliosis, and I've had knots in my back for all my life through here, but it's getting worse. There's a bad one that I still haven't gotten checked on, but it's like right there on the outside where I'm whapping hard. So is it something bad that's horrific and killing me, or is it just a knot from my scoliosis? I have no ideas, aside from the fact that, as stated, I feel like my cognition is getting worse and such like that. My motivation is falling. It's just, I don't like it. Change. Still, though, I need to cough. I don't know what the air quality is this morning. I forgot to check, but I have been mega wheezy ever since I woke up and just hacking and coughing, so thumbs up on that. It's a good morning, and I have therapy today, so I'm going to talk with my therapist about my feelings, because I have been so time blind. I talked about this yesterday, where it just feels like, I wake up in the morning and blink, blink, it's 8 o'clock. I need to start recording. Blink, 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 it's 3 in the afternoon. Blink, oh, I got to go walkies. It's almost 7. Blink, blink, time for bed. And the day's gone. And I don't get those days back. They're just gone. So, yay? And that's getting bad again. ADHD. Life is life. Still, I don't just want to talk about horrible and depressing things. Yay! But yeah, boy, I've been wheezing up a storm today. I mean, part of it, of course, is my fault. I ingest cannabis products for pain control. And smoking, even cannabis, is not good for you. When you compare non-smoking, smoking cannabis to smoking cigarettes, non-smoking, of course, is the best. Smoking cannabis it does damage your lungs. I have seen those autopsy pictures of people who are lifelong cannabis smokers where, yeah, it looks like their lungs were taken and put on a grill and seared for like 30 seconds on a side. They are damaged. You can tell by looking. But they just look like they've been seared on a grill. They're largely intact. You can just see the damage. Whereas even a tobacco smoker of just a few decades, you got charcoal briquettes where you used to have these big lobes. So, yeah, there's damage. It's not good, but it's so much better than the alternative, which makes it so frustrating when you see these people making anti-cannabis ads where they go, oh, this is the lungs of a tobacco smoker, and this is the lungs of a cannabis smoker, and they make this one look all worse, when no. Next to, if you're going to ingest things into your lungs, that's about the best one you can do. So, yay. Still, though, and well, there was something I was going to talk about with pain control. And oh yes, I did stop at a cannabis store last night, and I'm one of the people that works there now is somebody that I had met like back in 2015. I had talked with them back then about how, because of all the medications I had been on, my tolerance was so high, I don't feel anything from, excuse me, my bloody throat. I don't feel anything really from cannabis but pain control and a mild feeling of, well, what is it? It's like a goodwill. A vague feeling of goodwill along with pain control, and that's all I really get from cannabis. And that's all I got back then, that's all I've gotten through the years, and that's all I get now. They have 100 milligram bottles of sodas that you can buy. 100 milligrams of THC. They say drink this over a couple hours. I hammered it in like 30 seconds. I never felt anything. Whenever I have had oils for my oil rig, I don't feel anything but pain control. Nothing. The only times I feel anything more than just plain pain control is if I'm taking high quality concentrates of 90+% THC. Anything else? A vague feeling of goodwill and pain control. Thumbs up for that. Still though, let me check on here. Yes, there are... I've been thinking about this for quite some time because it's kind of bugged me. I like indie games. But the really, really short indie games that have the predetermined ending, like, in a horror game before it even starts. Because I've seen some of the YouTubers that I watch a lot, like there's Mr. Craven, Manly Badass Hero, etc., 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 where even they just start up the game and they're just like, okay, how am I going to die at the end? So it's like, it's not a real game in that with the predetermined ending, you're going to lose. You're going to die at the end. It's going to end with you dying. That's how these games end. You made it to the end. The game is like those horror movies. You think it's overcoming challenges, and at the very, very end, like the last 2 seconds, they say, oh no, this is an accepting an inevitability story, not overcoming challenges. But those are two entirely different philosophical design choices for games. So if you start with one and you end with another, it's disappointing. And those predetermined small horror games where, you die at the end, you're just getting there. I don't understand the point of those. They're like, you're not writing a game, you're writing a short story. And I understand that. But they're not even good short stories. Like, oh, you wander into a park, you find an old guy who wants you to find his son, you go up into a playground, and then you find out the son is a cosmic horror and it eats you and the game is over. And I just described an actual one of these indie games. That's not a game. That's not even really a story. But that's what so many of these little indie games are. One of them, the actual author of it kind of understood what was going on, because as a parody game, it's called something along the line of Death Trips or Death Falls, something like that. And you see at the end of a corridor when the game starts, there's this scary looking character. And they start running toward you with frightening music. And then in the middle of the hallway, they run into like a chair or something, trip, fall on the ground, and then the game is over because death fell down. You don't die. They ran at you and then went thud and fell over onto their face. And then when that happens, about 2 seconds later, game over. That's what the game was. So, yeah, thumbs up. I have therapy today, so I don't know what, if anything, I'm going to be able to get done past that. I do want to record something. I mean, I do need to do more D100 Dungeon. It would be nice if I could do something that people like. I mean, I fight to get 100 views on any videos at all. So, I wish I knew what to do within my abilities that could possibly get more views. I mean, money would be nice. I'm not too worried about that. I stopped getting paid by YouTube, even semi-consistently a long time ago. If I get paid once a year, I'm doing good. But I just want to entertain people. And so it's when I'm making these things and like maybe I get 80 views. I mean, I'm very appreciative of the 80 views I got. Absolutely. It's just, gosh, it'd be nice if I could entertain more. But again, I'm old. I have chronic pain, chronic fatigue, chronic weakness. My ADHD feels like it is raging out of control. I'm a one-person team with social anxieties and all this, and with where I am on my personal autism spectrum, because everybody's spectrum is different. You can't just plug people into holes. Everybody who's on the spectrum has their own individualized spectrum. You can't just plug people into individual holes, especially with something as varied as what autism can be. If you're an autistic person, you are on your own personal spectrum. And where I am on my personal spectrum, along with my ADHD, my depression, getting older, yay. But I don't want to be depressing again. Just because I'm getting older and approaching the end of my life, you, if you're younger than I am, don't have to worry about this yet. I didn't worry about my age and encroaching mortality for decades until after my wife had died when I was like 52. And now at 60, yeah, suddenly I'm worrying about it. If you don't have to, don't. Please don't. I mean, worry about the world. Worry about the world, because we are approaching an end to this world quite quickly. Likely, it'll continue past your death the way it is kind of right now. Likely, maybe, because after all, as I talked about after learning things in a video a couple days back, or a week, I don't know, it's 70% of the world's insects and birds and mammals and everything has been wiped out by humanity across the globe during the 60 years that I have been alive. Also during these 60 years, when I was a kid, here in the Pacific Northwest, it snowed not just every winter, several times every winter, and the snow would stay for weeks. Now, if it snows, that's pretty cool, because we don't see that often. And it has been spring outside, and we're only 1 month away from Christmas. Maybe there's going to be some kind of normality when you get older. I don't know. Especially since we are running out of water through most of the United States. And this is not a temporary measure, a temporary thing, because when these rivers run dry, they're not coming back. When these lakes run dry, they're not coming back. And this is happening right now. So I don't know what the world is going to be like for you. Thumbs up. Let me take a look in here and see what other depressing things I have that aren't quite as depressing, because these are about my creative setting. I do want to go do something quickly. I have been thinking on the creative front, just I haven't been able to think very well. Like one of the things I was thinking about last night is I've mentioned how Uncle Bonbons will give volunteers pain away as an analgesic, which renders you incapable of feeling any pain signals at all. So they can literally just rip your skin off and you will be able to talk conversationally with them while they're doing this and you won't feel any pain. Volunteers, get this. Volunteers, where you don't really ask questions about the people that are volunteers because you have the receipt that says they're volunteers, so you can just ignore what they're saying and screaming for help and begging for mercy and saying don't do this because your body is an animal and it wants to live. It will betray you. These people, about 70% of them, depending on the floor manager, will get a dose of pain away. For those that don't, depending on how the floor manager did, the person who actually does the breaking you down in the first station, they will do their best. Because the first thing that happens when you come in as a volunteer is you're in a moderately dim room and then a door flips open, a hand grabs your wrist, yanks you out. There is a quick stab of a butcher knife into your gut and you're tossed across the room where you bang against the wall and then the cryptid just stands to look at you at first. You've got to be made to understand that you're not getting out of this alive. You're not going to survive this. Thus, stab. Even if they do nothing else, you're going to bleed out and die. So if this cryptid doesn't want to, they can just sit back and watch while you go. But they are also trying to be as merciful as possible when they explain that, yeah, you're not going to live through this. It's not going to happen. Those people that will then, when they understand this, will say something along the lines of, no, it's like, I understand. I'm not going to live. I understand that. I understand. And you promise that you can make it stop hurting. If you promise, then please make it stop. And they offer their throats. And these people, yeah, they go pretty quick because the butcher knife from back here all the way around to back behind the ear with the blade up against your spinal column. You bleed out and pass out pretty quick when that happens. You need an average of 120/80 blood pressure in your head. If that falls, like if your carotid artery gets cut, you're going to pass out fast. Very, very fast. So these people at least get the mercy. Involunteers are largely taken by non-cryptid corporations, where it's human beings at the head, like the major corporations that are getting into treating, giving things to this market of cryptids who want to eat people. Corporations don't care. These are the people you never get pain away. You get brought in, and they'll try to be as quick as possible to help you out. But again, it's like you're in the dimness, you're yanked out. Stab. 5 of them, and then a quick swing and slam against furniture, sharp furniture made out of metal, and slam over in this direction again against metal and furniture and protrusion, sharp, and slam. And these aren't gentle slams. You are slammed hard enough to break boom. And when you are slammed against a semi-sharp corner of a metal desk, you break. So when you're suddenly yanked in and it's stab, 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 slam, 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 when they slap you onto the table after that, generally you're not breathing or your heart's not beating. So it happens fast. You go from being frightened to just being processed quite quickly. But it's Uncle Bonbons and the actual cryptids that are ones that are actually being as merciful as possible. And it's the corporations, of course, headed by people that don't care. And I've opened up 24 hours worth of comments in my community tab. I'm going to go through and thank however many people have left me comments in the past 24 hours. If I mispronounce the username, no disrespect is intended. And even though I count American Sign Language, well... We have Azura Star, thumbs up and thank you. JAYY, greatly appreciated and good to see you in the comments. I hope you stick around. Even fairly recently, so many names have vanished and I feel so sad. Eduardo Almeida, thumbs up, thank you very much and good to see you. Well, good to see everybody, I mean. Flora Mew, thumbs up, thank you. And yeah, boy, Don't Quest can be brutal. Chris, thumbs up, thank you very, very much. It is appreciated. Mike Wayne, thumbs up, thank you. And I should be doing a online tools video for 4 Against Darkness soon. Shinra, hopefully I'll see you in the comments too. I miss you as well. Thumbs up and thank you. Tommy Nelson, greatly appreciated. And yep, I need to record more Minecraft. And then there is RJ Mitchell, thumbs up, thank you, greatly appreciated. And that is it. 9 people who left me comments in the past 24 hours. You get me out of my head, into the world and dealing with real people, if only for a short time and if only in text. Thumbs up, thank you, greatly appreciated. Well, shucks, it's 8:33 right now. In less than a half hour, I have therapy, so it's going to be late when this thing goes public. Yay! Still, though, try and get done what you would like to get done. But if you can't, don't beat yourself up. Just go into survival mode, do what you can. Thumbs up. And of course, if people are getting sick where you are, please try taking precautions, masking, and distancing. If people are getting hurt where you are, try to stay away from those sections. If you're out walking and you hear the mournful howl of the bus horn, that bus with your name on it, I mean, there are no precautions to take. It's gonna hit you. It's gonna kill you. You are gonna die. So, until we meet again, you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, and that is indeed a very good thing.